President Biden said $450,000 to compensate illegal aliens for crossing the border during the Trump administration, zero tolerance, is not going to happen. However, he did say that the immigrants should get some type of a compensation. I don't have no problem with that. There is some type of negotiating with the ACLU and the Justice Department on some type of settlement for the illegal aliens. How about some type of settlement for African Americans who were separated from their families during slavery and were sold like cattle to different other slave owners around the country? During the Lincoln administration, they promised us 40 acres and a mule. I don't know anything about no 40 acres and a mule. Now you're going to give somebody else $450,000 just for sneaking across the border because Trump? Well, how about starting with number one, George Washington? And many more of those presidents allowed slavery to continue in this country, selling us like cattle. That means selling your grandmother, your father, your brother, your sister, and all of them. And they were sold to different slave owners from around the country. Some of us never saw our siblings again. Therefore, I feel that we should be somewhat compensated if they're going to compensate somebody else. Also, I would like to say thank you to our veterans out there for giving their lives and giving their limbs for people like me to be able to speak to you about my views on some of these issues. However, when they die and come back, they only get $100,000. And you talking about giving somebody else $450,000 who snuck across the border illegally? I'm not saying you shouldn't give those people anything, but $100,000 for the poor veteran who gave his life? People, y'all ought to be ashamed of yourself. And you mean to tell me African Americans who suffered all of these many years in this country, we shouldn't get no kind of compensation? Hey man, I hope that you African American politicians out there, call yourself the Black Caucus, would go down there to your constituency and speak to them about that issue.